Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is 1-3 extra notes on reflections and given rules and points. Objectives: you'll be able to write a reflection given a rule, determine the rule based on the reflection, and write out the coordinates of your given rule. Alright, so we've been talking about reflections in this lesson. And with reflections, you know it's just a flip. So it could be a flip on itself, or it's a flip over a line in any direction. Our goal here is to write a rule to describe each transformation. So we have this nice little picture here. We want to know, starting from the black picture, how it gets flipped onto the blue. Well, we see that D goes to D, E stays on itself, and B stays on itself. So D is 1 away from the red line, and D prime is 1 away from the red line. C is 2 boxes away from the red line, and C prime is 2 boxes from the red line. So this red line is the line of reflection. And this crosses at -1, so x equals -1 is the name of that line. So number 1 will be D. X equals -1. Let's do another. So looking here at problem number 2. You have to identify where the line of reflection is. So going from the black triangle to the blue triangle, we know a reflection has to be the same distance apart. So I know I have to put this line halfway between the U and U prime. So it'll be right about there. Halfway between the S and the S prime is right here. Connect those two dots and we have ourselves our line of reflection. It crosses at Y equals 2. So our answer for number 2 is A. Line of reflections across the Y equals 2. Now when it's right on top of each other, you know those are the 2 points. They're just staying right where they are, and that's where our line of reflection is, so that one's a little bit easier. So that's our horizontal line of reflection. And this is when Y is 0, so the height is 0. Or you could also say a reflection across the x-axis. There for number 3. Look at number 4. So finding the distance apart all between Y and Y prime. Halfway in between those two is right there. Halfway between W prime and W is right here. So we connect those 2 points. And there's our line of reflection. It's at Y equals -2. So remember, when it's a horizontal line, that's when you got to use the Y equals. And when it's a vertical line, it's an X equals. So in this case, since it's a horizontal line, like the horizon, it's x equals -2. I'm sorry, y equals -2, pardon me. So when it's a horizontal line, it's y equals. So y equals -2, right there on the bottom. It'll be option D. Alright, so F is right on top of each other, and these two, D and D prime, halfway in between is right there. So we connect those 2 points. And we see it's a horizontal line at y equals -2. So 5 is D. Reflection across y equals -2. Let's look at number 6. From our black to red. Oh, sorry, black to blue. C and C prime, they're right on top of each other. And halfway between B and B prime is right there. So there's our line of reflection. Now it's a vertical line. Anytime you have a vertical line, it's going to be x equals. And it crosses at -2, so that's why it's going to be x equals -2. That's where our line of reflection is. Alright, our next piece here is a reflection across the x equals 3. Our goal is to find the coordinates of the vertices of each figure after the given transformation. So our line of reflection, they're giving that to us. It's at x equals 3. So I made a nice little graph here. The X and Y axis are the blue lines. The red line is our line of reflection. So we have the coordinate 1, -5. That means 1 to the right, 5 down. And our goal is to reflect. Let's slide that up. A little bit easier to see. So 1 to the right, 5 down. When we reflect over it, well, this is 2 spots away from the red line, so we got to go 1, 2, 1, 2. That'll be the reflection over that x equals 3 line. So if it's 2 to the right, that means 3 plus 2 is 5. So our point is 5 to the right. And since it didn't go up and down, it stays at -5 as far as the height. So our answer is going to be 5 to the right, 5 down, so 5, -5, which will be B for number 7. Let's try another one. So our goal is to reflect across the x-axis. You know the y-axis is up and down, our x-axis is left and right. The point is at -4, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Since it's a reflection across the x-axis, that means we're going to reflect up and down. So we went 4 up, so now we got to go 4 down. Our new coordinate is now at -4. And the height is now -4. So you -4, -4. So 8 is D. Number 9. We got to reflect across the x equals -2 line. So our red line will be the -2 line. That'll be our line of symmetry, or line of reflection, pardon me. X equals -2. Let's just focus, even when we're getting 3 coordinates, we could just focus on one. K equals -3, -4. So -3, you know, is to the left of the -2 line. And then down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's at -3, -4. That's the current location of that green dot. When we reflect it, we know it's 1 to the left. So that means we're going to go 1 to the right. Since this line is at -2, 1 to the right, -2 plus 1 gets us -1. So it'll be -1 to the left. And this also stays at that same height of -4 since we're just reflecting. So this new dot is -1, -4. So we look in our choices for K. We see a -1, -4. Yep, we see it's in C. So the answer for number 9 is C. Now if you have multiple answers, then you just move on to the next point. And you reflect that one. And you're going to match them up. Number 10. We got a reflection over the x equals 1. Let's look at the I coordinate. 3 to the right, 3 down. So 3 to the right, 1, 2, 3. 3 down, 1, 2, 3. Since it's 2 to the right, that means it got to be 1, 2. Got to get 2 to the left, 1, 2. So this is at -1, comma, -3, because the height stays the same. That was for I. So our original I was 3 to the right and 3 down. When we reflected across the x equals 1 line, we did 1, 2 jumps, and then 1, 2 jumps. So our answer for I is -1, -3. So look at our I's, -1, -3. The answer is A for number 10. All right, hopefully you found this a little bit more of a challenge. Classwork 1-3 CW9. Homework 1-3 HW9. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to come to Extra Help or send me an email. I'll be happy to help you out. All right, have yourself a good night.